Hello everyone, this is White Wolf and we are going live, and I wanted to describe to you guys what it feels like to really feel like Source, as an extension of Source, as an instrument for the divine to use you as the vehicle of the vortex, and aligning your energy to the source codes, to the God's codes, and seeing yourself as the perception of that realization of the I am presence, and understanding that every moment that you're here to realize something different about yourself, something different to integrate, something different to develop, something different to change within yourself. Also, let me know if the internet connection is good. I don't know if you don't tell me, but also just understanding that if you're aligning yourself to the presence of awareness, and you're aligning yourself to the presence of God, and you're feeling into those God aspects and those God codes, then you're allowing yourself to be the extension of that energy. You're allowing yourself to become that God that wants to become you. And you're allowing yourself to reciprocate the spontaneous combustion that's on this earth, and this activation of allowing yourself to know yourself even deeper, even greater, and allowing yourself to share this knowledge and this wisdom and this abundance and this amazing fluctuation of energy. When you allow yourself to fluctuate your energy and understand yourself, and to preserve the I am presence as it is a living, breathing organism of tapping into different DNA, you're literally becoming something different. You're becoming that electromagnetic kinetic source energy. It means that you literally are a battery charging station. You are like the car that charges itself. So you're understanding that you're tapping into these different frequencies, these different radio frequencies of your own genuine source of energy, and you're becoming that psychic insight that you have been relaying. And you're allowing yourself to be that. You're allowing yourself to understand and interpolate the energy, but also interpret it within yourself, and you're able to decipher why it's so cryptic and why it doesn't make sense on a physical plane. When you allow yourself to understand and interpret and to receive the blessing, you're allowing yourself to become that God code that wants to be realized, and you're taking the wisdom from all the dimensions and also all of the I am presences that you're becoming, the monad, the I am presence. So there's 12 aspects of you that are conscious, that are growing, that are expanding, that are on the same spiritual journey as you, and you're tapping into all of the energies of the dimensions and the realms and your archangels and your guides and your higher self. So that is what's relaying to you what the God codes and the new DNA and the different light codes that you receive all the time. So you're receiving these light codes and these downloads and these different configurations of energy all the time. You're always being present with that. You're always being present with the very fact that you're accumulating this spiritual mass within yourself. And you're accumulating this balance of wisdom and understanding, and using those God codes, the ways that you see within your own perceptions and illusions and projections. Instead of them being false projections, you're allowing them to be quantum projections of mass producing genuine energy, so that you're able to mass channel what you need for the entire collective. So when you're able to do that, you're able to channel so much knowledge within your filter and your container, upon which you are emulating that source and channeling that source and becoming that source. So I hope the internet connection is good. Let me know, guys, if the internet connection is good. And I have some announcements to make. That was my opening for this live. I have some announcements, 10 p.m. Eastern. I will be going live doing readings, healings, activations for $10 donations. So if you want to take part in that, I will be going live Eastern time zone. And also, I wanted to let you guys know, I want to give a shout out to all my clients and all of the people that have been supporting me and watching me and receiving from me, because you guys make the dream happen. So we're all coming into balance with this co-creation. We're all coming into balance with what we think we are, and we're allowing ourselves to dissolve the realm of assumption. So what we assume is true, what we think is true, what we think what we are isn't always what we think it is. So that's why there's something mysterious within the organism of creation, and it allows you to develop that sense of freedom within yourself to really know who you are at this exact moment, but also simultaneously, and also understanding that past, future, present is just linking up for the very first time. And this could be the first time that you're awakening into this reality, into the space-time continuum, where you are really understanding what you want, what your desires are, but also what your passions are, and how you are able to attract that to yourself. And that everybody's attracting that to themselves, but also everybody is allowing themselves to relay and integrate and heal and understand and be able to use their knowledge for the betterment of humanity. and for a source of genuine good energy. So everybody's able to share this energy, and we're able to share together and understand together and be a part of one another. And that's what's beautiful. So we can allow ourselves to see that everything that we're tapping into is just a quantum shift and a quantum leap into channeling that mass-produced energy. So we're mass conductors and master intuitives of what the energy is coming in. So we're just using our empathic abilities, our sensitivities, and our intuitive abilities to kind of recognize what the energies are and where we need to place our energies. So it allows you to be a vortex, a living, breathing vortex of creation, because everything is inside of you. Everything that's inside of me is inside of you too. So that means that everything is inside of your consciousness, whether you perceive it or not, whether you know it or not. So once you have that understanding, and once you understand that the less you assume, the more you know, and the more that you don't know, which allows you to know more knowledge and know yourself even more with that acceptance within yourself, with that key perception of accepting yourself beyond any personal biases, beyond any bias that is present, beyond anything that's beyond the scope of living and breathing and tapping into. So what's beautiful about this is that we're becoming the God codes, and we're becoming each dimension of what we need to become. So it says I'm glitching. So is the live feed good, guys? Let me know in the comment section if the live feed is good. Okay. So the thing is that there could be a glitch in the system. There could be a shift in the air. There could be change in the air. But how would you be aware of that if you didn't know what that change was? If you didn't have an inkling or an understanding of what that was here and now and present, and it's alive and it's vibrant? Because then you have universal receptors, and you're tapping into that universal love, and you kind of have an idea and a sense of what is going on. It may not be the full picture, it may not be the full depiction, but you can generate that sense of that word picture and that vision that you can find out for yourself. Because then that allows you to decipher, but also that allows you to seek within yourself that wisdom that you're trying to find within yourself. And it's beautiful and it's wondrous and it's amazing, because you have time. You have all the time in the world. There's no time here to be had. There's no linearity. So when you understand that there's no linearity, there is only consciousness, there is only progression, and there is only the God codes that you can realize here and now, which is the specific codes and DNA and light signatures and light codes and energy frequencies and signatures that you're able to interpret and put in a grounded form. So that's why everybody has a sense of understanding themselves, grounding themselves, and knowing themselves, because that is the autonomous knowledge to know oneself. Because you're channeling from your own source of creation. You're allowing yourself to channel from your own source of creation, because you know that you're the mysterious autonomous knowledge that you are here to accept within yourself as the creator that's projecting everything, as that oracle of love, light, and wisdom that knows itself purely in all of its desires and wants and needs and things that it doesn't think that it can have, because that's a lie too. So it doesn't matter if you're the basketball team, but the basketball team has to take everything. It has to take the point guard, the shooting guard, the coach, the people, the stands, and the Gatorade. It takes everything. It takes a village. It takes everything to mass produce that God code fully realized, that channeled embodiment of a different dimension within yourself and different pixels, because there are different pixels, 50,000 different pixels that are in this dimension, colors and shapes and different energies that are here and present that we're aligning ourselves to, that we're understanding and being able to put in a form of a system. You're mask and co-creating your own systems, your own not linear, but multifaceted and multidimensional systems that you're able to connect to. And you're able to take from this energy and that energy, your energy of your guides. And you're not taking it, but you're taking the wisdom from it and being able to put it right here, right now. So it's like Archangel Michael is a symbol of authority. your Indian guides are a symbol of loyalty and respect and honor and being courageous. So you can take and emulate that light and that love within that God that knows itself there, so that you're allowing yourself to know the God that's staring back at you here. So it allows you to know yourself fully and understand that everything is being stretched out because it's maintaining that stretching zone. It's maintaining yourself and maintaining that enlightened frequency so that you're able to know yourself in a greater way, so that you're stretching yourself out past your comfort zone and you're also not panicked in the midst of it happening. So there's no pain or struggle anymore because you're past that point of assumption and thinking that you have problems or thinking that you have emotions that you're not able to control yourself. And then you see, like, past the illusion of that, past the deception of that, and then you're able to overcome that adversity or that challenge or that resilience within yourself to know, like, I am not anything. I am not something that I perceive to be real. I'm not real itself. I am mysterious. I am the creation that emulates many different creations and projections, and being able to multiply from that certain moment and really understand yourself. So some of you are probably like, what? I just smoked a joint. What? But that's not the point. It's not for you just to get it, but it's for you to ponder it, but also contemplate it and be able to think about it and then kind of know it. You don't have to know everything here and now. And that's what the beauty about consciousness and meditation and healing yourself is, that you can learn how to seek here and now. You can learn about it. You can resolve your issues. You can learn how to manifest. You can hone your skills and learn how to channel that energy so that you're able to open up more within yourself and have that authority and that truth, and arming yourself with ammunition. If you can arm yourself with knowledge, if you can arm yourself with learning and listening and reception, then that will allow you to become that destiny fulfilled, having a great relationship, having great finances. It's all of the same nature. We think it's different because it's a different set of rules and combinations and concepts and explanations and depictions, but it's all the same thing. It's all just energy and knowing yourself once again. So in this moment, could you really tell yourself at this moment that you know yourself fully, without any question, without a shadow of a doubt, that you just absolutely know yourself? You know that you're fully realized. You know that you're fully exemplified within what destiny you're wanting to attract in yourself. Could you really say that to yourself? And if it's okay if you can't, because I don't know if even I can. Because I'm asking myself that question right now. But I have a bit of empowerment and confidence to say that I'm getting there. And that's kind of just what you need. That you're getting there, that you're tweaking things, that you're figuring things out right here, right now. But you don't have to figure it out all in one day, because Rome was not built in a day. So that you're able to discern and use that telepathic power of really understanding what everybody needs and everybody wants, but also what the creator needs and wants and projects. So even when you're learning, there's an energy transference tied to that. And what was interesting, I had a person say, like, I felt one of your healings that you were doing for another person, and that's perfectly normal, because we don't realize when we're doing healing energy or meditation or something along those lines that we are generating an energy activation within the entire universe, but also an energy transference. And then we're transmuting that energy for the entire collective. So that's why a lot of people do retreats and different things of understanding themselves. That's why everybody is receiving all at once. That's why everybody is receiving simultaneously. Some of you may experience another person in their spirit, in the emulation of who they are. They might come to you. They might join in a meditation with you without having them be there. That is what you would call omnipresence. That's what you would call omnipresence, because it's here all the time and present. Because I had a person tell me that they were doing a healing and my spirit just came in and assisted them without my knowledge. So that means that the God codes were activated, and that channeled embodiment of knowing yourself, understanding yourself, and fully being present there, knowing that you're always somewhere and you're always doing something simultaneously and all the time. And it lets you know that you are doing that all the time, everywhere, all at once. And if you allow yourself to see that, you're always of service. In your dreams, everywhere you go, everything is a projection of your consciousness, and consciousness is trying to come back to yourself. So that means that I see you. I see you guys. Hello. But no, it's nice to see your lovely faces. So thank you for saying hi. And it was funny because I had this message come to me, and it was kind of like, I didn't know what I was going to say, but I had an idea of what I was going to say. But then the words were just flowing out of me from my source of creation because I wasn't controlling the words or how I was saying them. So you got to realize, like, who is really talking, who is really thinking, who is really manifesting, who is really projecting. That's a great question to ask yourself. Who is really here? Who is really now? Who is really becoming that creator that's within myself? Who is that that's trying to become me? And you have to ask yourself that question, and it's just God. It's just consciousness. It's just the universe letting you know that it's trying to come back into balance with its vessel that it's taken hold of. And not in a negative sense, because most of the time human beings are communicating from a standpoint of manipulation. So most of the time when we talk to each other, we're not really realizing what we're doing or what we're saying or how we're saying it. Because at the end of the day, all communication is a bit of manipulation, but it's not necessarily in a negative sense. Not like what I'm doing. I'm communicating to you, sharing and delivering truth and letting you know and understand where you are at. But it does not mean that I'm trying to make you think a certain way. I'm actually giving you the permission slip to think for yourself. And that's what's beautiful. So you're allowing yourself to think for yourself, to perceive for yourself, to know yourself, to understand yourself fully. And I'm giving you that permission to be yourself authentically, no matter what opinion or bias or something somebody says that you only have to do tarot to be enlightened, or you only have to sit under a bonsai tree for 30 years to become enlightened, or if you don't dress a certain way, then you're not enlightened. And that's all just indoctrination. So once you get past that, and once you separate yourself from that indoctrination of your own free will, then you're completely free to be whatever you want to become. In any way, shape, or form that you want to become it. Wouldn't that be nice? Just to be free of everything, all of the bullshit, all of the struggle, all of the hate, all of it for 1 second. Just say, fuck it, I don't want to experience that. And if you're truly just sick of your own sickness, and you're truly sick of all this other BS and tolerating this, tolerating that, not wanting to, because some of you are listening to the hip hop channel, and don't get me wrong, I like the hip hop channel too, but some of you are listening to the country station or the rock station, or a personal favorite of mine, punk rock. It has a little punch and drive to it. Some of you may listen to another frequency that maybe I won't listen to. There are enlightened people who listen to heavy metal music, and it gets them into their zone. It gets them pumped. It gets them that drive. But it does not mean that they are less enlightened than you. It does not mean that at all. It actually means that they are more discerning and understanding of their truth and what they want to become and what they want to emulate, because at the end of the day, it's like Jake said right here in the comment section, it is all of God. Every single creation, every single thing that you've ever experienced ever has been an extension of receiving God and understanding him or her or an extraterrestrial. But there's this insistence, there's this bold insistence that God is one way, or channeling energy is one way, or there's only one way to enlightenment. And that's not true, because it comes in all forms, and it comes with all acceptance. And it's like Alex was describing something. What can you say about Jesus? Jesus was God. But Jesus was God manifested in the human form, and that's why he had to live out his life progression. He had to live out that life progression because he allowed us to be on this earth here and now, because he was a prophet that came in very vast and very fast, and he had to allow us to live on this earth the way that we're living, because Jesus was God, but Jesus was God manifested in the human form. So he is exactly what we are. That's why he demonstrated grace with understanding. That's why he allowed that person to be arose from the dead 3 days later, because they wouldn't have got the point. They wouldn't have understood what he was going to do or believe what he did was real. So that's why when, the person was cutting themselves, and Jesus came to him and basically allowed him to heal from the condemnation, the guilt, and the hatred within himself, and basically treated him like he was his own son. That's why the person stopped doing that. So Jesus is what we are right now, and Jesus was consciousness, but Jesus was God manifested in the human form. But God is energy, but Jesus was energy, but he was just us, what we are right now. But he had supernatural abilities of levitation, healing, and understanding, but he was the representation of why we're doing the things that we're doing now. So I loved your question, by the way, because it was very key to the entire message, because everybody knows that they are a prophet of this free will and a prophet of this understanding and coming into balance with who they really are as a spiritual entity. So our archangels and our extraterrestrials, they don't really think the way that we think. They don't care about the things that we think are problems or that we think that we're struggling. They really don't think the way that we do, and that's why we need that wisdom from them, so that they're able to give us authority, simultaneity, also mass ways to produce an understanding of becoming God more within our own alignment, within our own source of creation, so that we're able to emulate the energy of our guides, God, and our higher selves, so that we're able to channel that within this awareness to bring about a different dimension, different pixels, different experiences and circumstances, and also our giftings to shine through, so that everybody is co-creating in the way that they need to. And that's why I always, because I interact with Jesus a lot, because Jesus comes through my healings a lot. And the understanding, the vast understanding, the unfolding of reality itself is what's mysterious and what makes you question it and what makes you seek for it and yearn to be better than what you are right now. Because they have a skewered sense that Jesus is a person that's standing above them, condemning them, that's a big man in the sky, that Jesus is a physical object, because Jesus maybe was in the physical form, but Jesus was the transfiguration of the soul. That's why when he was on the hill and he became encompassed in golden light in front of his disciples, that was the transfiguration of the soul, so that he could rise up. And I'm not a Christian. I used to be a Christian, but that's kind of a little bit of what I know, because I studied a little bit of Jesus. So, but to face ourselves and to really accept ourselves and to really understand ourselves fully is to accept our flaws, to accept our misaligned perceptions, to accept that we are not perfect, so that we can balance that out and allow ourselves to become somewhat perfect, so that we can allow our personality traits to change, our feelings to change, the way that we think, but also the way that we channel and communicate changes, because we're leading by transcendent reason. So that allows us to do that. I know I've said a lot, and I've said quite a bit. Some of you are probably like, dude, you've lost me like 20, 30 minutes ago. But it's okay. You don't have to get it. But we're going to be doing some healing energy as well. But also I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be going live at 10 p.m., doing a live for reading, sealings, activation codes, downloads, 10 p.m. Eastern. All you have to do is donate $10 for a reading if you want to receive, and also if you want to be a part of that. And I want to thank all my clients. I want to thank you all, and I want to thank all of you just for watching and listening and receiving it. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So we're going to do some healing energy and integrate all this knowledge. So allow yourself to take a deep breath. Allow yourself to open up. We're going to tap into the Elohim, the 12th dimensional energies, and we're going to tap into the God codes, here and now. The sensations of Christ consciousness, the vibrations of God, the example of Source as energy, but also channeling our own energy as well. So allowing yourself to mass channel your energy and make it of an abundant nature, to make it of a loving nature, to give yourself understanding, to give yourself the prophecy fully realized. Heart activation, chakra recalibration, and also clearing energy is coming very vastly. Allow yourself to offer up psychic protection. Jesus is coming in, putting a golden bubble around us, which is the billion-layer protection grid. Also, the Apostle Paul is helping us channel our electromagnetic kinetic source energy. Allow yourself to attract new parallel realities. Also, allow yourself to emulate the good past lifetimes. And also, I want you to demonstrate accepting the higher self. Just say, I accept my higher self. And also that I accept my guide's wisdom and my guide's assistance so that you can be more connected with your guides. Twelfth dimensional frequencies, sending out light codes, new DNA, new ways of communication, transcendent reasoning, words, numbers, times, and dates. Allow yourself to be completely done with the things that are not in high vibrational resonance. Allow yourself to embrace your free will fully. Allow yourself to know yourself with true acceptance. Allow yourself to pierce the veil of that veil of amnesia and remember who you are and understand yourself, love yourself, and just channel your truest, authentic, vibrational alignment. The Spirit of God is within you, it's within me, and allow ourselves to give our lives to God fully. Allow us to transcend space and time. Allow us to tap into simultaneity, past, future, and present, here and now. Let's open up different gateways and different ways to use the angelic realms, the dimensions, and the monad, the I am presence, to allow us to tap in fully to who we really are. Allow us to emulate the wisdom of Jesus and know that we are God manifested in human form. And just quantum leap into anything that you want to experience. Allow your thoughts to be much different. Allow your emotions to actually come into sync with who you are and your belief systems. And just disregard what you once were. Allow yourself to accept a new timeline, a new experience, a new version of yourself. To just go through the eye of the needle, the eye of the hurricane, and also just whispering to fate that I am the storm. Remember your spiritual origination. Find your soul family, find your soul tribe, and find your soul song. Everybody take one last deep breath. Now I'm going to snap multiple times, but when I clap my hands together, that's when you guys can allow yourselves to integrate and be in the energy, but also have a fine balance of being grounded. And so it is. I hope that was very powerful. I hope that blessed you guys. And I hope that it allowed you to kind of get a glimpse of, what I was kind of talking about. I know I was talking in a lot of cryptic language and talking about things in a very highfalutin way, but I hope it gave you a sense of understanding. And I hope it gave you a sense of just allowing yourself to heal, to release, to just become. Allow yourself to become. And just don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to try new things. And just love. Just love yourself, receive, and learn, and meditate every day. Also, guys, I want to let you guys know that 10 p.m. Eastern, I'll be going live doing reading, sealings, activation codes, downloads at 10 p.m. Eastern time zone, doing reading, sealings, activation codes, downloads for $10, only $10 to get a reading and a healing and an activation. I'm going to be on there for 3 hours. So I definitely would love to see you guys, and also feel free to book private sessions and things of that nature. So 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to try to eat some food because I didn't eat. The only thing I had was cereal this morning and some Nerd jelly beans. Nerd jelly beans that kind of gave me a little bit of energy to because I thought I was going to have a client, but ended up not happening. So hydrate as well. And thank you guys so much. God bless. Namaste. Love you guys. Bye-bye.